All right. Well, happy Monday, happy May, happy Cinco de Mayo. Good morning, Brent. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We are starting our second month into the second quarter of 2025. And for those of you who have been with us since January, this quarter, we have been focusing on our weekly habits by meeting on Mondays and Fridays so that we can sharpen our ninja skills and make sure we're not skipping those weekly habits and not taking advantage of what we can gain in our business from those. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Will be recorded and you'll be able to go back and watch this. We'll send a recap out today after the call. But as always, we start our Ninja Mornings out with gratefulness. So put in the chat, unmute yourself. What are you grateful for this morning? What is it that you woke up and thought, man, I'm really grateful for this? And I can start us off today too. I am grateful for good friends. I'm just so grateful that I have such wonderful people in my life, just to hold me accountable, to be there when you need them. You know what I mean? It's so good to have good friends. Brent's grateful for a weekend spent with friends and a great night's sleep. Love that. Rachel, you're grateful for this call and your morning walk. Didn't walk any last week, so it's good to get back at it. Oh, girl, I feel the same way. I did for my first walk in a while this weekend, and it does feel so good, doesn't it? Sometimes we have to focus on how we feel after, not how we feel before we start. But it does. It feels good when you can get back into those routines that you know really help you feel your best. Anita, I'm grateful for a slow morning. It felt good to slow down. Ah, that's so nice. I love that. What are you guys grateful for this morning? If you're just joining us, we are taking a moment and sharing what we're grateful for. It's been raining a lot here, and I'm grateful for the rain because I planted grass seed and it needs to be watered, at least for that first week for sure, really well. And so nature has taken care of that for me. So I'm grateful for that too. And I'm looking forward to seeing my grass fill in. We had like a drought last year and it left our front yard, along with the dogs. They didn't help either, but it left our front yard pretty sad looking. So I was like, oh my gosh, we got to get this. We got to get this looking better. I wouldn't say our grass is like a golf course or anything, but I mean, I like it to not have big old patches everywhere. I guess my standards are somewhere in the middle, maybe average, I don't know. Carla, grateful to celebrate your daughter's 10th birthday. Happy birthday to your daughter. Yeah, Anita, you can relate. I mean, I like it to look nice. My husband calls it the 3 foot perspective. Like from 3 feet away, it looks great. When you drive by, it looks good, but then when you get up on it, you're like, yeah, I could use some work. But that's okay, right? Maybe one day that will become a higher priority, but life is life and over here, right? Awesome. Well, guys, we're going to kick off our week one. Feel free to add what you're grateful for in the chat anytime during this call. We'd love to hear what is on your mind this morning. But we are rebooting. We're reloading, we are restarting. It's a fresh start, it's a fresh month. I want you to think right now, today is day one, okay? Today is your day one. Whatever's happened up till today doesn't matter. Whatever you did do, didn't do, everything you did do, give yourself a pat on the back. Everything you didn't do, we're going to move on. Grateful for your alarm clock. Juana, I'm glad your alarm clock worked too, so you could join us this morning. So we are going to start fresh. So whether or not you achieved everything you planned to last month, last quarter, whatever, I think it's so important that we don't dwell in those things and that we just really decide, because we have to make that decision, right? We make the decision on where our mind's going to go and what we're going to focus on. And so here's the thing, from today forward, we're going to be focusing on we can do this and we can easily do this and it's going to be easy for us to do, right? We're going to kind of jumpstart our mindset this happy Monday in May. So round two, we're starting again with our database. We're doing a reboot reload. Our theme is clean it, update it, work it, right? We're going to be diving a little deeper this month into our database. And we already know our database is a gold mine. Your database is a gold mine. We're just going to dig deeper this time, right? So you might have gotten a little bit of the nuggets when you were started last time. This time we're going to go deeper. So hopefully you can get to the real gold in your database. So why is this still important? Why does this still matter in our businesses and our real estate business? Why does digging deep in our database and taking time to cultivate that, why does it matter? Well, more referrals come from better relationships. The better relationships you have with those around you and those that you're being intentional about, the more referrals you get. That more referrals obviously equals more income into your business. It equals a healthier business, right? A cleaner database equals faster follow-up and easier flow. So, when you want to send out something to people, the main reason I think why most agents don't send postcards to their people or they don't email them is because they don't have all the information. And so it makes it kind of a headache because you go in there to send it and you're like, oh, I don't have like half their emails. And then you just kind of forget it. You're like, oh, whatever, right? We kind of have that all or nothing attitude. And what we should do is say, you know what, I'll send to the people I have and let me see if I can update 5 people this week or 3 people this week. Because if we just did it on a regular basis instead of this all or nothing type of attitude, it wouldn't take long before our database was really healthy and strong. But we just kind of feel like if I'm going to do it, I have to do it right now and I have to get it all done right now. And that is never going to give you the consistent results you want. And I think it's like we know that. I think all of you are like, yeah, Alicia, I know. But why aren't we doing it, right? That's the thing. And I think that it's a mindset. It always comes back to the mindset. You guys know I'm going to push that and I'm going to remind you because we all need it. We all need to be reminded. If your database is messy, guys, your money's going to be messy. Your income's going to be messy. If your database is messy, then you're going to have inconsistent commission income. I'm just being honest with you. When Mark and I decided to prioritize our database, make sure it was filled in and be consistent, that is when our income became consistent. And since we started that, oh gosh, that was probably 2012. Our income has been consistent. And as we are also adding to that database, it's consistently increasing. So think about that. Once you get that base done and you're consistently receiving your commissions income, now you can continue to add on top of that and just continue to build that momentum. You can't build momentum on chaos. It's hard to build momentum on a shaky foundation, right? Or build anything on a shaky foundation. So you can't build momentum in chaos. So the first thing we got to do, obviously, is we got to look at cleaning things up. And so we're going to talk about that this month, or I'm sorry, this week. I'm making it a whole month now, but this week. So what does that look like? We have some weekly action steps. We've broke this down into manageable little bites because we all know this is the busy time of year. You're out showing houses. Hopefully you're listing homes and you're staying active. And if it's not that, it's family stuff, it's graduations, it's all the things that happen this time of year. Weddings. We went to 2 weddings last week. I mean, it's crazy, right? So I'm going to give you things that are bite-sized, that are really easy to bite off and do this week. And we're going to give you mini goals per day and just make this as fun as possible as we can to help you get it done. And then also that level of accountability, right? And if you aren't using the Telegram, app and our group to stay accountable to everyone, you're missing out. Like, use that group. I would say go in there and set your intention for the week and share it with everybody. They say that when you share a goal, you are more likely to actually follow through. And so if you're keeping it to yourself, the only person you're accountable to is you, and we all know how that can go. But if you're sharing that goal with others, all of a sudden it's like, oh, I shared that. I got to do that. Where do we find the link for the group in Telegram? I will share that, Nicole. If you give me a moment here, I'll make sure to share that link. Do you already have the Telegram app? That's rule number one. You got to have the Telegram app or else you cannot find the group when I share the link, just so you know. So yeah, I will put that link back in the chat here for you guys so that you all can, I'm going to copy it here. There we go. So that you guys can get on there. There's the link. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add 3 to 5 new contacts. Okay. Now these may be contacts you've already met with. Maybe you've met with some people over the past month and you just haven't had a chance to put them in yet. Today's your day. You're going to do it. This week's your week. You're going to get it done. Before the call, I sat and I thought through the last few weeks and I thought, oh, I haven't added Millie in there and I haven't added this person. I need to update this person because they text me and said they're looking in this neighborhood now and da da da. So this is when I'm going to go in and I'm going to update that and I'm going to set a task or reminder for myself to follow up on that. So that's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to update their personal details. So maybe the people that you're adding, it cut off my little home anniversary. It was supposed to say versary. So anyways, think about the people who've closed, add their home anniversary in there, send them, set them up on a drip campaign for every year. They get like a little email or something from you saying happy home anniversary. Maybe you learned their kids' names. Maybe you found out something they really love in a conversation and you forgot to put it in there. Do all those things. Think through the conversations. This shouldn't take you long. I mean, like maybe a good 5 minutes of focused thought and you will come up with probably so much information like, oh yeah, we talked about that. Then we talked about this, and so forth. Also think about any pain points you heard. That's a big one. That's the ninja part, right? Think about any pain points that you said that they mentioned or any future goals or were they thinking of investing, any of that stuff. So think about that. Nikki, you got in. Awesome. Glad to have you in there. And then we're going to segment. If you've never segmented your database, this is a game changer. I also am a big fan of tagging people in your database, different CRMs call it a different thing. Mine calls it a tag. I don't know what other names they might call it, but it's basically where you can maybe source is one, but mine has sources and tags, and they're two different things. Like sources where you met the person or how they came to come in contact with you. And then tag is more about like specifically to them. So you can make as many tags as you want, meaning you could have a tag that says, what's one that we've used? Family. There's a simple one. I could tag people as family. I can tag them as Christmas card. I can tag them as flow, which means they're going to be in my flow, meaning they're going to get my postcards, they're going to get my newsletter, things like that. You can tag them separately. Like if you don't want everyone to get the same thing, you can tag people as newsletter. You can tag them as, I don't know, book club, whatever it is that how you met them or how you would like to communicate with that group. I have also used my CRM when I did small groups at my church. I've used my CRM to add my people in there so I could communicate with them easier. So I could send out email reminders and send out text reminders to them I did a crochet group once. And so I used it to like send out, hey, we're having crochet group this Friday, or, bring a snack or whatever, right? So the tags really do help so that when you continue to build that database, it doesn't become a chore to try to find the specific people you want to communicate with about a specific thing. So that's kind of the benefit of segmenting your contacts, whether it's VIP people to whatever. I think you guys get what I'm talking about. So clean up the junk, merge duplicates, delete the junk people, archive old records. I'm kind of like a CRM hoarder. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but I have a hard time. I'm really bad. I think I'm like a digital hoarder because it kind of flows over into my emails and everything. Like, I really have a hard time deleting things. I'm getting better. I feel like they need to have a class for people like me. Am I the only one? I don't feel like I'm the only one. I feel like probably some of you can relate with this, but I just went through my emails and I just like, I'm glad I'm not alone. I just went through my emails and finally deleted stuff like contract stuff from like 2016 and 2017 because I'm like, Alicia, there's no need. You're not going to need it. You're not going to need it. Like, I have to tell myself like 5 times, just delete it. You're not going to need it. And the funny thing is I rarely ever, ever, ever need it. I never need to go. I mean, rarely. But I know we're supposed to keep things for a certain amount of time and that's important. But I mean, I'm talking like emails that aren't even related to real estate. Like I don't know. I don't know. I could just set my thing to delete. Yeah, I finally started. I did it some this weekend and it felt really good, but it's still, I mean, it's so bad. It's so bad. So I kind of can carry that into my database too. So I do have we call it like a pipeline. I have a pipeline that's called deleted. Even though they're not deleted, they're under deleted because in my head I think, oh, they're deleted, but they're still there just in case. So what you got to do. Don't, there's no hard fast rules. I feel like you just have to make things work for your personality and who you are. Okay? That's just how it is. So, but I'm proud of y'all who are deleting your emails. I know, Rachel. Mine, it's like, hey, you're reaching your capacity. And I'm like, oh, I gotta do this. I'm the same with pictures. I'm the same with every digital thing. Like, I think it's just my generation. I don't know. We're just so used to tangible things that it's like weird. I just have a hard time. I got an app that helps you delete pictures off your phone. I have like 30,000 pictures on my phone. And so it reminds you every day, hey, take 5 minutes to go through your pictures on your phone and you just swipe left to delete or swipe right to keep. And then it tells you if there's duplicates. And so it's been kind of nice. Don't ask me the name of the app right now because you guys, I don't remember off the top of my head. Shannon, I changed from a team email in 2020 to my own email. So at least what I have is only 5 years back. I know. It's a real thing. Don't get me started on pictures, Nikki. I'm telling you. I think we need to have a group. It's like, Digital Hoarders Anonymous or something. I'm so glad I'm not alone. Oh, Shalonda girl, I'm way past that. You can feel so good about yourself right now because I have way more than 1,000. I knew you were going to ask, Rachel. I'll have to think of the app and send it out in the recap because I don't remember. I was about to ask about the app. Am I at over 80K LOL pictures? Okay, we all can feel better about this now. We can all feel better about this. We're not alone. And I think especially as real estate agents, like it's just ingrained into you. Don't throw it away. Keep it, keep it, keep it. And yeah, I mean, you don't know if you're going to need it, but we just got to do better. Like, why do I need pictures of a house I listed in 2015? I just don't. I'm never going to use them. What am I going to do with them? I don't know. So also back to database stuff. Sorry, we digress. Reconnect with the forgotten. So this is the one that's kind of my favorite. Like, reach out with a simple check-in. I think I shared, did I share with you guys Friday about the guy who did 200 videos and none of them were public facing? He did that in 90 days and all the videos he sent were private. And so I think I mentioned that to you guys. So Mark and I have kind of made this challenge between us, I guess. I don't know if he's on here. I wouldn't say it's like a challenge, but we've just kind of made ourselves more aware that, hey, if we're going to respond to something, let's just make a video or at least an audio message. So I've done that this week and it's been really cool. So I just encourage you guys, like, don't shy away from the video or voice memo check-ins because I feel like it just added an extra personal touch. Shalonda, I'm like that with clothes too. I haven't worn things in years and I just keep them just in case. Me too. I still have every paper file from 2015 when I got licensed. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm Shannon. You're meeting me on that one for real. Like we do, once it hits that 7 years, we do burn ours. We have like a bonfire in the backyard. We burn them. But I don't have a lot of paper files as much anymore because everything's so cloud-based. It's what it is. So here's our micro challenge this week. The sticky note swipes. So what we're going to do is you're going to take out a post-it note, actually three, and you're going to put three people's names on it, and you're going to put them somewhere visible. A mirror, your desk, a laptop. These are people that you know in the back of your mind, you're like, I really need to connect with these people. And you've been putting it off for whatever reason or whatever it is. You're going to add them to a sticky note. Each time you connect, you're going to remove the sticky note and replace it with a new one. So when you take one down, you're going to put one up for somebody else and keep like this rolling three. Okay. And I want you to share a picture of your sticky note setup in Telegram. I want you to share a picture and show us all like, here's my sticky notes with your people's names. And if you see it daily, you're more likely to talk to them because visual reminders are going to equal that real momentum. Because when something's staring at you, it's kind of like laundry, okay? You walk by it, you're like, oh, I got to do that. How many times does it take for me to walk by? It's embarrassing probably to tell you how many times. Right now, I have like 4 baskets of laundry that need folded. And I've walked past them more times than I'd like to admit, and they're still not folded. But it's going to happen today because in my mind, I'm like, okay, Alicia, you have got to do that. Like you've walked by them so many times. And it's just like that visual reminder of like you're kind of creating a little bit of a weight on yourself to kind of sum it up. So when you see that every time, you're going to do it. I only own 2 baskets, family of 4, to force me to put clean clothes away, girl. That's a strategy that I don't know if I could commit to. That is a good strategy. I just don't know if it would work for us. All of our kids do their own laundry. So they're at that age where they do it themselves. So like Mark and I need 2 baskets. And then somehow things get mumble jumbled. And then I end up with a half basket of my stuff and a half basket of somebody else's and whatever. But I like that strategy. It's just, I don't think it's going to happen here. Not until the girls are moved out on their own, probably. So here's our micro goals broken down for Monday through Friday for those of you who want to do just a little bit. Monday, you're going to list 5 people today. That's what you're going to do. You're going to list it and add them to your Post-its. 3 of those you're going to put on Post-its, and you're going to take a picture and you're going to put it in Telegram. Tuesday, you're going to add and fill in their basic info. You're going to fill in personal details and tag appropriately on Wednesday, clean up duplicates, archive old entries on people on Thursday, and reach out to your forgotten and log the conversation. If it was me, I might end up doing Monday and then maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I might do all at once if I can. But the bottom line is find what's consistent for you. Maybe you break it into 2 days, Monday and Friday. Consistency compounds. It's every contact counts. So just think of it that way. The kids get their clothes dumped on their beds. I love that, Shannon. I love that. I think that's how my kids' rooms look now. And the clothes are clean, and I just don't know that they would ever put them away. My oldest one's better. She's better. But the youngest one, we're working on it. We're working on it. Whoops. I meant to take that one out. So our final thoughts. Your database is only powerful if you use it, right? If you, I always like to use the analogy of your database is like a garden, right? You have to clean it, work it, nourish it, right? If you do those things, it will produce a harvest that you will be given away. You'll be like, oh, look at me. I hate that does that. But anyway, you'll have a harvest that you're giving away, right? You'll have so much going on that you will have extra. And you ever know those people that do a garden? They always overplant things. They end up with like tons of everything. And they're like coming and bringing tomatoes and cucumbers and zucchini. That's how we want your database to be. Okay. Don't just clean it, work it. Let your system support your flow, not stifle it. Right? And then we're going to start this month stronger, smarter, and more intentional. And just on this note of like having the database as your garden, I has anybody ever had a garden? Like, am I the only one that's had a garden before? If you've had a garden or grew up having a garden, just let me know in the chat. I'm curious to see how many of you are familiar with the whole sowing seed, nurturing the seed. I guess you could also say if you've ever planted anything. Friday, Juana, we do our call on Friday this week. Just Monday and Friday. Your husband does yours. I do. My plants are ready to go in the ground that I started from seeds in February. That's awesome. Great job. Um, House plants, but not gardens. Very similar in some regards, but not. I'm a houseplant person now too, Brent, so I get it. But the garden is different because, and if you think about it, that's a good analogy. I would think people that you work on a regular basis are more like houseplants, and the people that you're cultivating are more like a garden. Houseplants are more like they're under your domain, they're in your circle, right? There's no weeds coming in from the outside and all those different things. But your garden, it's susceptible to everything. You got little critters that try to come in. You literally wake up every day when you have a garden. At least I did. I woke up every day and I peeped out the window to check on it. I'm like, how's it doing out there? What's going on? Did any animals come in, right? Then I'd walk out there with my coffee and I'd look and check, how are the plants doing? Do I see any bugs? Do I see any of this? I got to where I really enjoyed doing that. And I think in the beginning I thought of it as work, but then once you start seeing the fruit, okay, you see where I'm going with this? Once you start seeing the fruit of what you're putting the time in to do, it becomes something you look forward to. Those first maybe 30 to 40 days, it's like, okay, what's it doing? But then once you start seeing the flowers and you start seeing that fruit start to come on, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. And I feel like your database is the same way. It takes a little time to start working it. It takes time to support your people. It takes time to build up that consistency. But as you do, you start to see the fruit. And then it becomes more enjoyable. It becomes like, what can I do this week? What can I hit them up with this week? What fun can I provide to them this week to keep my database engaged and to keep them excited about hearing from me, right? And that's where we all want to get to. And you can start that this week. You can do that. Shannon, I do my plants. Oh, okay, Anita, I'm struggling with the seeds. I have a friend that just planted seeds, and I told her, I said, I think you're a little late. But I think she'll be okay. We'll see what happens. I've never done it from seed. I have always just bought the plants, and besides like green beans, I always planted green beans from seed, but other than that, I've always just been the person that just bought the plants and stuck them in the ground. Nikki said she can't keep a plant alive, but all about nurturing seeds in your database. In fact, this was already my goal this month. I love it. Your mid-year cleanup. Girl, well, hey, you're right on the right schedule. Now, this week is database. Next week, we'll have a different goal. We'll go on to our second ninja goal for the week, or second ninja weekly goal for the month. So yeah, but that's it, guys. So what we're going to be doing, is getting that database cleaned up. We'll send out a recap of this to your email so that you will have that. But I just appreciate you guys putting yourself first today and showing up. Everybody have a great week, and we will be back Friday morning, same place, same time. I'll send out reminders as well. Have a great one. You're welcome. No problem, guys. Have a good rest of your Monday.